Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope today's been treating you well. In today's video I am diving into the third of 4 of the Made by Mitchell eyeshadow palettes. These are the new EYECLOUD eyeshadow palettes. So we've already done the pink and the green. Today we're doing the blue and tomorrow will be the grey. So the blue one today, which is called Blew Your Mind, and that's what the outer packaging looks like. So cute. Then inside a little formed plastic protective layer. This is what the shades look like. So much brighter, much deeper shades than the last two. I feel like you could go really like dark and smoky with this one. So again, you've got 3 mattes and 1 shimmer. This is the shimmer, this dark blue up at the top corner. I love that they've got a more of a green tone and a purple to go with it, so it's not too blue. Like, obviously it's blue, but you can do some slightly different things with it. So same as the last 2 videos, I'm going to go ahead and swatch these so that we can see what the colours actually look like on the skin. So as soon as I saw this palette, honestly, I just wanted to put that bright green, this first shade here, I just want to pack that all over my lid and call it a day. Like, add a wing and call that a day. Ooh. I didn't realise that that bottom shade, that darkest shade, was going to be a purple. Honestly, in the pan it does just look like a black. So that is what one layer looks like. That blue shimmer is like the perfect tone to match my jumper. I love that. I am just going to do a second layer over all of these. I always do that when I am swatching eyeshadows so that you can really see the intensity of the colour, see how it's going to build up, and also I feel like because I have incredibly dry skin, swatches don't necessarily show up as pigmented as they will do on the eyes. Obviously you're probably going to do a couple of layers, but they have definitely built up nicely. I feel like that blue reflection is incredible. But yeah, as soon as I saw these colours, I was like, I just want to pack that all over the lid, that greeny blue. Pack that on, do a big black wing. That's absolutely like my everyday vibe. Just one colour all over the lid. Maybe with a little bit of bronzer, but maybe just completely by itself. But I do feel like, for the sake of, you know, testing an eyeshadow palette and testing a formula and everything, I am going to do something a little bit more complicated than that. So let me zoom you in and we can do an eye look. So I think just for the sake of this video, I am going to, here's my plan, I'm going to pack this turquoisey dark greeny blue right across the lid. Then I think I'll try and blend it out with a bit of the purple. I don't know how well that'll work, but we'll see. Then I'll put a little bit of the blue shimmer like across the lid and maybe do a smoky liner with this darkest colour. So I am, obviously I haven't said, in case it's not obvious, I have eyeshadow primer on. I've used the Beauty Bay one and I've already done my brows. I used the e.l.f. Waterproof Instant Lift brow pencil in neutral brown and the e.l.f. Wow Brow in brunette. So I am just going in with a sort of flat brush into that bluey turquoisey shade, and I'm just going to tap out the creases in that eye primer and then I will just pack that all over the lid. I love that colour. I actually think that out of all of the palettes, this is going to be my favourite one because I love this shade. I love purple and I love blue. So I just feel like this palette is the one for me. I'm just going to sort of push that into where my crease is. I'm like looking down into my mirror. So just really, really packing that colour on, and I will worry about blending in a little minute. And obviously I can wipe away if there is any fallout. I mean, I haven't struggled with fallout in the other palettes really, so let's see if I get any with this one. So like at this stage, genuinely, I would just blend this out with like a bronzer powder, like something that I was using on the face. I would just go over with a big fluffy brush and blend out the edges. I simply adore that colour. That is like my perfect eyeshadow colour. I just love it. It's so bright. It's such an intense amount of pigment, but also I'm seeing no fallout. I love that. So I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush that I'm throwing on myself, and I'm just going to dip into the purple. I'm just gonna dip into that one ever so lightly. That is very, very pigmented. I'm just gonna tap it off so that there's not too much like on the first blend, and I'm just going to see, I don't know how well this will work, just going to wiggle over the edge of that blue, greeny blue, and see if I can get this to blend out a little bit. So I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush, no more colour, not dipping into any colour on that one, and I'm just going to buff over all of that basically. So I don't feel like that purple has actually shown up, all that purple, like it's definitely coming off more blue as I am blending all of that out, but that's blended really, really nicely. Like it's definitely softened down nicely, like further up near my brow. Just ignore all of this out here. I'll clean that up in a minute, but just gonna make sure that I'm really keeping the intensity of that turquoisey shade right across the lid. So I've just gone back in with more of that purple to really intensify the purple, like right on the outer corner. Obviously once I've cleaned it up, like you won't see any of this that I've blended right down my face, but I just wanted, like where that purple has blended out, it's gone more blue, and I want this to still have that purple quality to it. So just going back in and sort of being a bit more precise with it, like right in the crease, and not blending it out so much so that it stays a little bit more purple. This is actually giving me like mermaid vibes. I really, really like those colours together. Like I love a purple and a teal together. I just think that they really go so, so nicely. So I just want another clean-ish fluffy brush, and I just want to buff over sort of here. I do feel like blues can be quite difficult to work with. Sometimes they go like really incredibly patchy and you just get no sort of colour payoff. I do feel like I'm getting a lot of like colour payoff here, but that's almost making it a little bit harder to blend together. I'm happy with how that has turned out. Like that blue, that turquoisey, tealy, stayed really, really nice and bright across the eye. I am just going to use my finger and going with that shimmer. Do you like how my fingers are still absolutely stained from the pink palette that I did yesterday? It stained my eyelids and it stained my fingers. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of this over the centre of the eyelid. I don't want it to overtake the turquoise because I actually love that colour. if I put that like in between the turquoise and the purple, that's really pretty. I love that blue tone. I would absolutely just pack that all over the lid and call that a day. So I'll just blend that in a little bit. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how all of those are blending together. I feel like that sort of shimmery blue has really just like gone over the top of the turquoise and the purple to like help all of that blend. So I'm going to take that same cotton pad that I was wiping my hand on before, and I'm just going to take away all of that that's on the inner corner and also sharpen up out there. I just feel like that finishes it off. Like it makes it look so done when you like tidy all of that away. Like there's just something so satisfying about having that really nice sharp line back again. I love. So I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna do a liner, obviously. I'm gonna do mascara. I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then we can come back and decide if I want to do something smoky under the eyes. Do I want to leave it plain? We'll be right back and we can decide that together. Okay, so that is the rest of the face done, and I think I am very much a smoky under eye kind of gal, so as much as, you know, I could do something a little bit different and not do that, I'm going to go ahead and smoke something under the lower lash line. I'm just going to go in with that bluey, that one, the turquoisey, tealy one, and I'm just going to run that right the way along. So I haven't actually used that darkest purple, but I mean I could have done sort of this wing. This is the Made by Mitchell Graph Ink liquid liner in Brownie Points, which I love, but I suppose I could have used that one. Didn't think of that, did I? Never mind. I'm just going to smoke this right out, right along the lower lash line, and then I will go in with a little bit more mascara. I feel like I could definitely do with a little bit more mascara on the top lashes as well. And the mascara that I'm using today is the PS Primark one, Wanderlash. It's the one that was, or is still in my project pan. So just trying to use it up. This is actually the last one that I need to use up in my project pan. I will be doing a big update very, very soon for all of those products. I just love a smoky under eye. Feel like myself. So that is the finished look for the Blew Your Mind eyeshadow palette. I really love the combination of the like tealy with the purple. I think they go together so well. I absolutely love those tones together. I also definitely feel like, especially when I'm wearing this jumper, I could absolutely just pack that shimmer shade right across the lid, add a big wing and call it a day. I really, really like how that has turned out. I would love to know what you think as well. And like I say, the other palettes, the green and the pink, were up the last couple of days, and tomorrow is going to be the fourth and final palette, the grey one. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe down below. Let me know which out of these three has been your favourite so far. I think it might be this one. For me, I think this might be my favourite one so far, but let me know, what do you think? Let me know down below. Until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.